Quote Retreat by Sandor. One quote, one reflection, one thought that could bring a moment of light and energy to your day. Join me as we take a look at today's quote. The quote is by Betty Smith. Born 1896. Died 1972. It reads, "Look at everything as though you were seeing it either for the first or last time. Then your time on earth will be filled with glory." Let's take a moment together to explore the messages within this quote. Have you ever considered that the way we see the world might be completely backwards? There's this fascinating quote from author Betty Smith that challenges everything we think we know about experiencing life.
Well, that's intriguing. What's the quote that's got you thinking so deeply?
She said, "Look at everything as though you were seeing it either for the first or last time. Then your time on earth will be filled with glory." You know, coming from someone who lived through some of the most transformative years in American history, from 1896 to 1972, these words carry such weight.
That's profound. How did she develop this perspective, especially given her challenging background?
Well, what's fascinating is that she grew up in severe poverty in Brooklyn, yet managed to transform those hardships into something beautiful. Her most famous work, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, published in 1943, actually emerged from these experiences. She took the gritty reality of urban poverty and found glory in it.
So you're saying she didn't just write about this perspective, she lived it through some incredibly difficult times?
Exactly. Think about it. She lived through both world wars, the Great Depression, and massive social upheaval. Instead of becoming cynical, she developed this extraordinary ability to find wonder in everyday moments. It's like she discovered this secret weapon against hardship.
That makes me wonder how we might apply this in our modern context. Like, how would this perspective change our relationship with technology?
Oh, that's such an interesting angle. Imagine looking at your smartphone as if it's either the first time you've ever seen such a device. What an incredible piece of technology! Or the last time you'll ever hold one. It completely transforms how we interact with something we usually take for granted.
You know what's striking about this approach? It seems to bypass our brain's tendency to normalize experiences.
That's exactly it. Research in neuroscience shows that our brains are wired to adapt to routine, which is why we stop noticing things we see every day. But Smith's approach essentially hacks this system. It forces our brains to engage with familiar things in new ways.
That's fascinating from a psychological perspective. How do you think this relates to mindfulness practices?
Well, while traditional mindfulness asks us to be present in the moment, Smith's approach adds this emotional dimension that makes it more accessible. It's not just about being present. It's about being present with a specific perspective that naturally evokes wonder or appreciation.
And I imagine this could have some pretty significant implications for mental health and well-being.
You're right. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude and presence can reduce anxiety and depression. But what makes Smith's approach unique is that it gives us this concrete tool. Instead of just saying, "be mindful," she's giving us a specific way to shift our perspective.
That reminds me of how children naturally approach the world. Everything is either new and exciting or dramatically important.
Yes. And what's particularly powerful about this is that we can choose to adopt this perspective at any moment. Whether we're doing something as simple as drinking coffee or as significant as having a conversation with a loved one, we can transform the experience by viewing it through this lens.
So, how do you think this perspective might help people dealing with the overwhelming nature of modern life?
Well, in our age of constant notifications and endless scrolling, this approach could be revolutionary. When you look at each moment as either a first or last, it becomes impossible to mindlessly consume content or take experiences for granted. It forces us to be more selective and intentional with our time.
That's powerful. It's like an antidote to digital overwhelm.
And you know what's remarkable? This wisdom comes from someone who never saw a smartphone or experienced social media. Yet her insight is perhaps more relevant now than ever before. It's this timeless truth about human experience and how we can choose to engage with our world.
Looking toward the future, how do you think this perspective might help us navigate upcoming challenges?
That's such a crucial question. As we face unprecedented global changes, this approach could help us maintain our humanity and find meaning in uncertainty. Whether it's appreciating our natural environment while we still have it, or truly valuing our in-person connections in an increasingly virtual world, Smith's perspective offers a way to find glory in both the beginnings and endings we'll encounter.
Well, that's certainly given me a new way to look at, well, everything.
You know what? Let's end with this thought. Maybe the key to filling our time with glory isn't about having extraordinary experiences, but about experiencing ordinary moments in an extraordinary way. That's the real gift of Smith's wisdom. It's available to all of us right now in this moment.
With that, we conclude this exciting episode. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd appreciate a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Your support truly helps this channel grow. See you again tomorrow. Yours, Sandor.